Not after my daughter met. And this is not after my grandmother Nora. Now, you need to connect. I'm coming here. This is I would say my mother. Oh, Scott back earlier. Yeah, Carolyn. Carolyn. That's who Chelsea did. You know what happened? Now this is. The woman that she's from Remember, if you want to speak on an agenda item, that you need to fill out a card at the back. Please remember, if you want to speak on an agenda item, you need to fill out a card out in the back. Excuse me, one of the chairs. There's one chair left.
Walking backwards.
I should have been to match my shirts.
I noticed a couple of times you reached up and kind of looking at your shirt. Funny.
Okay, if there wasn't a card out there and you wanted to speak, Julie's putting some more out.
Okay, the time is 5:30, so we will begin our city council meeting. Mr. Roger Barton, can we have the invocation, please?
Yes, I will. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you again for the blessings you give us throughout the years. I pray, Heavenly Father, there are family, friends, neighbors that need your help, Heavenly Father, whatever it might be, Lord. I pray that you'll hear their prayers and answer their prayers. I pray, Heavenly Father, that the council tonight will do the things that's best for the citizens of Eufaula. I ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 The Pledge of Allegiance, if you would remain standing. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Miss Valerie, can we have the roll call, please?
Councilor Warren is absent. Councilor Gully,
Here.
Councilor Barton,
Here.
Vice Mayor Morgan,
Here.
and Mayor Hickman.
Here. Okay, we have a quorum, so we will begin. The first agenda item is item line number 5, official presentation of key to the city to retired Fire Chief, Mr. Chad French. I'm gonna walk around in front, if that's okay. Mr. Chad, come down. Chief, come down here. I just would like to say that this is an honor. These don't get handed out freely. I can't even remember the last time there was one. But I would like to say that this is well deserved. Mr. Chad French has, brother, you have served this city for 30 years. And your service, I mean, just to the city and to our community, it is remarkable.
And to his family.
And to his family too, yes. And I would like to say, I mean, this is a very caring man. I mean, in order to volunteer for that, you have to care for your community. You have to love your community that you're in. And I remember when he worked down at 4C Ready Mix, you know, he's a very caring person. You know, I used to, when I was a little kid and he was hauling concrete for our family, you know, I would ride my little go-kart, you know, and I would just cut out in front of the, you know, concrete trucks. And, you know, Chad, being a very caring person, made sure I didn't do that anymore. So I really appreciate that very much.
Get that belt out.
Yeah. But I want to say thank you, brother. Thank you for your love and care for the city. We greatly appreciate it. So, in appreciation and recognition of your service on the Eufaula Volunteer Fire Department and a lifetime of contributions to the community, your leadership and dedication to Eufaula will benefit the community for the next generation as the city continues to grow and prosper. Brother, thank you so much again. Take some pictures with your family. We're just going to take a 5-minute recess. So you go ahead, brother. Yeah. So,
Chief, Fire Chief, can you come up?
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, y'all go ahead. Y'all stand. We're going to just take a quick little recess here. Yeah.
My brother.
Just take a quick recess so they can take pictures.
Yeah. Thank you, Chad. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Giving him a lifetime membership, that's him.
And
Yes.
appreciation.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would do it using the flags with the
Oh,
background. Yeah. I was just sorry to take my. We can do
No, you're fine.
Kathy, why don't you bring that? No, I'm gonna take this here.
Not gonna fit, but they family. Back her up. Hang on, Kathy. She left that. Okay, here we
None. Well, that, if it is open it up and show you how to do that.
Yeah, I think he's got all the.
Thank all of y'all.
Thank you guys
Oh.
so much. Appreciate it.
Hey, we want to thank Mr. Chad. That's who we want to thank.
30 years, that's a long time.
Oh, it's a long time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
volunteer
it's
fire,
your
that's
lifetime. Keep saying that.
That's half your year.
Don't say that. Half. Rob, don't say that.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna rethink my life. Only at 4:30 tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk.
You still walk?
Since
How
my-
about your knee?
So it's not 100%, but it's a lot better. And instead of lifting heavy weights, I've just resorted back to walking, which has been really good for me for a while. It gives me sometimes.
Go around the block, dude.
Not all 800. Eventually, yeah. It's so good to walk in the morning before it gets too
Yeah,
hot.
that's good that we have that.
Yes. It was beautiful. So cool.
Okay, we will continue now to line item number 6, and it is proclamation declaring Tuesday, August 5th, 2025 as National Night Out. And so if the owners of Lake Dog would come forward. Right here. Yes, sir. John James. So, the city of Eufaula, I want to read this proclamation. The city of Eufaula, the National Association of Town Watch, sponsors a nationwide community building campaign on Tuesday, August 5th, 2025, known as National Night Out. And National Night Out provides an opportunity for communities like Eufaula to join over 38 million neighbors in 17,000 communities across all 50 states, U.S. territories, and military bases worldwide. Whereas this annual event promotes strong police community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie to help make our neighborhoods safer and more caring places to live and work. The residents of Eufaula support and assist local law enforcement through joint community building efforts and support National Night Out. And it is vital that all Eufaula neighbors come together with law enforcement to strengthen trust and promote a united, safe community. And as the mayor of Eufaula, I hereby proclaim Tuesday, August 5th, 2025 as National Night Out and call upon all members of our community to join the Eufaula Police Department, Eufaula Volunteer Fire Department, and Eufaula Lake Dog K9 for the National Night Out celebration in downtown Eufaula. And if you want to just, share what this event is.
You bet. So, well, it takes a community. It's not just Lake Dog. It started out, John, my husband, said once we came into the community, hey, let's, do they do National Night Out? He started with the idea. I know Chief Briney, when he came on board, jumped on board. Tyler was involved at some point. Everybody got involved. So it's not just the Wilkins by any means. Jumped in board and decided we need to bring together the first responders, police department, fire department. It also includes game wardens, Oklahoma Highway Patrol, etc. And everybody jumped right in. So, and then City Manager Jacob Foos came back on board, and he was in favor of it. It's just a great opportunity to bring the community together. If you're not familiar with National Night Out, it's basically a block party in every community to bring neighbors out. Let's all get along, say hello, get together, know your first responders. The little ones will know what a uniform's not scary, and we can just have hot dogs and water slide, see the cool gadgets that they have, the cars, the vehicles, and just a nice night out. Usually it's rather warm. We'll get some air conditioning maybe out, Mother Nature, but it's a great opportunity.
Last year, our goal was to have 50 kids from the community there. We had over 250.
Wow.
Wow.
We want a strong relationship between the people who serve our community and the children. So whatever support you can do, if you can pass the word out and have your children come in, it's really children focused, right? And it's for all ages. So thanks so much.
Free event.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, thank you
Great.
so much.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to sign this to make this official right now.
Do you walk the Mado Trail?
What?
The Mado,
From the dog trail.
Okay,
that's a trail.
guys, thank you so much
Around.
for your
Mado,
this care
Creek
part.
Nation.
Thank you.
I named it. It's Mado, it's in Creek, thank you.
Man, exciting stuff, right? Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are routine by the city council and when being enacted by one motion. Therefore, there will not be a separate discussion of these items. However, if a discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. The item will then be placed in its proper order on the regular meeting agenda and would be considered at that time. Line item 7, approval of minutes. Council meeting, July 7th, 2025. Line item 8, approval of the June treasurer's report. Line item 9, approval of the July 2025 payroll figures for the general fund in the amount of $134,366.09. Line item 10, receipt of July claims, City of Eufaula. And line item 11, approval of the reappointment of Robin Burris to the Eastern Oklahoma Library System Board of Trustees. Line item 12, approval of interlocal agreement for emergency management with McIntosh County Board of Commissioners. Line item 13, authorize the city manager to award the independent contractor agreement nuisance abatement to Old School Pickups LLC. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to accept all of those in one vote. I second that motion.
Counselor Cully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton,
Yes,
Vice Mayor Morgan,
Yes.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Okay, the consent agenda passes. Moving on to the individual items for consideration. Line item number 14, consideration of acceptance, approval, adoption, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of a resolution casting a vote for trustee of the Oklahoma Municipal Retirement Fund to fill the expiring term of District 2 trustee representing the entire membership. Mr. Jacob Fuchs.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The retirement fund is what the city utilizes for the city's pension and city manager retirement program. There are 3 candidates for the council's consideration: Greg Buckley, Jimmy Robinson, and Daniel Tarkington. And it would be appropriate for council to make a motion to nominate someone and then vote on it.
With
Repeat those names now, Greg. and-
Greg Buckley, Jimmy Robinson, and Daniel Tarkington.
Do you have a summary? Do we have a summary of their qualifications or their interests?
Yes, their bios are included in the agenda packet.
Okay.
Greg Buckley was formerly the city manager for Eufaula.
Yeah.
Served as city manager of Muskogee, is currently town administrator of Carlton Landing. Jimmy Robinson, I'm not familiar with. He's currently the superintendent for the Forum Public Works Authority. He's been there for about 12 years. And then Daniel Tarkington, of course, is the mayor of Shakota and has represented our area on other boards, including OMAG, Oklahoma Municipal Assurance Group.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Tarkington for the position.
I would also like to nominate Mr. Buckley as well.
I'm going to nominate Robinson.
Well,
I'm going to
so
nominate Greg Buckley. Yeah.
to clarify, so this would be like a normal council item.
Yeah.
So one council member would make a motion that would then be seconded, and then the council would vote on it.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to nominate Greg Buckley.
A second.
Counselor Gully,
I'm going to say yes to that.
Counselor Barton,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan,
Yes.
and Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Okay, congratulations to Mr. Greg Buckley. All right, moving on to line item number 15, consideration of acceptance, approval, adoption, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of a resolution approving the entrance into the interlocal agreement establishing the Oklahoma Cooperative Liquid Assets Security System with other governmental participants for the purpose of exercising investment power jointly to invest funds in concert with other participants, providing for an effective date. Mr. Jacob.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The state legislature enabled cities and counties to take advantage of this type of program. I believe last November is when it went into effect. It's considered a LGIP, local government investment pool. And what that means is municipalities and counties are able to pool their investments together. They're only allowed to invest in things already authorized by state statute, which would be commercial deposit accounts, U.S. treasuries, U.S. bonds. Cities and counties are not allowed to invest in the stock market or other investments that are considered high risk. The advantage of this is it's a more competitive interest rate than what we've experienced with other financial institutions. And because it's a consortium of municipalities and counties, we have that assurance that they have our best interest in mind.
Will you go ahead and give those facts on that, on the figures of that? You and I had discussed this because I had a question about it.
Yes. At our current bank, we receive generally an interest of 0.05 or 0.10% for our accounts. We looked at a CD for a short term for a 3-month period, and the rate was 1.25%. So this would be closer to 4%. This Oklahoma class is going to be more in line with market rates, just by the nature of how they operate. So,
Thank you for that.
yes,
That's a significant difference.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. And then I'll just point out, it's in the memo, but currently the legislation only applied to cities and counties. We have the Eufaula Public Works Authority, which is a trust, a separate legal entity. That was approved by the legislature this year and will go into effect November 1st. So we would look at bringing a separate item once that is enacted to consider those accounts as well.
I'll make a motion to accept item 15.
I will second that.
Counselor Gelling,
Yes.
Counselor Barton,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan,
Yes.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Okay, that motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Foos, on that. Line item number 16, consideration of acceptance, approval, adoption, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of a specific use permit for mixed-use zoning at the following location: a tract of land situated in the east half, southeast quarter of Section 33, Township 10 North, Range 16 east of the IBM, McIntosh County, State of Oklahoma, better described as follows: beginning at a point north 88 degrees, 35 minutes, 54 seconds, east 330.26 feet from the southwest corner of said east half, southwest quarter, southeast quarter, thence north 01 degrees, 27 minutes, 40 seconds, west 615.86 feet, thence north 89 degrees, 34 minutes, 35 seconds, east 304.23 feet, thence south 01 degrees, 27 minutes, 49 seconds, east 615.99 feet, thence south 88 degrees, 35 minutes, 54 seconds, west 304.26 feet, in the point of beginning, less highway right of way, commonly known as 415715 Highway 9. Mr. Jacob.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I'll reference the memo in the council packet and just go through that quickly. The location is currently zoned CG, which is commercial general. The business is currently a retail equipment rental, construction office, and mechanic shop. The applicant wishes to install a portable concrete batch plant, which is only allowed in IM, industrial moderate. To achieve that objective, the city code allows a property owner to seek to have property rezoned to IM, industrial moderate, or obtain a specific use permit for mixed-use zoning, and that's what we're here considering this evening. The public notice was published in the Eufaula Indian Journal on June 19th, and letters were mailed to all property owners within a 300-foot radius of the applicant address. As of, currently, city staff has not received an objection from the public, with the exception that on the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting on July 21st, an anonymous letter was presented. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted to recommend the item to the City Council for approval with no conditions placed on the specific use permit, with 4 commissioners in favor and 1 opposed. With that, we're happy to answer any questions.
What was the letter about? For, against?
The letter was against, and it had some potentially, it had information that I didn't want to publish publicly regarding litigation and other matters. And if the applicant wishes to speak to it, they're welcome to. But also because it was anonymous, I didn't feel it was appropriate to include it in the packet.
So we had no one from the surrounding communities come to speak against having the special use permit?
That's correct. My recollection was the only 2 attendees were the applicants.
Okay. And what is, refresh my memory, what's the requirements to send out like the radius within the property?
It's a 300-foot radius.
Okay. And so within 300 feet, what do we have?
There is a map in the packet. Let me find it here real quick. I apologize. We had quite a few attachments for this one.
We have we have family homes, correct?
Yes, yes.
Now, is everything on Highway 9 commercial or just those two properties facing the highway?
That is an excellent question. Give me just a moment to pull up the map and I can confirm
Okay.
that for you. Yeah, it just doesn't have the zoning on it. But let me see the other map again, if you will.
It's in there. There it is. Go down. It's in there.
There's one before that.
It's in the packet.
Did she find it?
Yeah.
Go down.
Mhm.
Right there. Okay.
Would we like them to speak?
Yes, absolutely.
If we have the applicant here, if y'all would like to speak on the matter, please come on up to the podium right here, please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Ryan Alexander, and I am the CFO of Ready Line Ready Mix Incorporated. So we are trying very hard. We have a equipment rental business that has been in business for the last 7 years, serving the city of Eufaula and community. We also have a construction business that has been serving the community for about 20 years. We are trying very diligently to open up a small ready-mix concrete batch plant so that we can better serve the Eufaula community. It really encompasses our current business model. We do plan to provide, much like the Four Cs did, an affordable, high-quality concrete that really, we believe it lies very much with the growth that Eufaula has been receiving. When it comes to the industry as a whole, the research that we've done is there is a significant wait time for contractors in our region to receive ready-mix concrete in a rapid manner. So we do believe that there's a niche there that we can fulfill. Our business currently staffs 13 full-time employees. They are well-paid jobs. If you guys do allow us to have this, it's not a rezoning, it is a, help me out with this.
Special use permit.
It's a special use permit. We thought about the idea of rezoning, but because there's a couple of factors. Number one, we can't predict the future, so we don't really know if this is going to be a success or not. We believe that it is, but we don't want to change our zoning because we currently operate 2 retail businesses off of this exact location. There has been a lot of thought put into this portable ready-mix plant so that if it is something that does as well as we hope that it will, we can then find an industrial area. If the city continues to move that direction, maybe we'll repurpose the land and then apply for a zoning change. But until we really have a chance to test the market, we're kind of rolling the dice on our future and our current businesses. So what we want to do is grow. We want to help Eufaula grow. We want to provide an alternative. And with this, with the permission to do this, we're going to be bringing on an additional 17 employees full-time to help staff the concrete plant. So I did provide in our many documents kind of a plot map on what our intentions are. The special use permit will be really the very center of the property. It's about a 5-acre plot, and our concrete plant will take up roughly about 7% of the entire lot. So, that's kind of what I have. I have spoke to all of the neighbors in our area. They're very excited about what we're doing. And we just look forward to continuing the growth of Eufaula. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Any questions? 6 p.m. Sorry.
So I have a concern.
Yes.
I know we are going to be developing a comprehensive city plan.
Sure.
And that is working closely with zoning and planning.
Mhm.
Cleaning up what we've got and allocating certain areas of the city for certain activities.
Sure.
I'm not so sure that allowing any special use or rezoning at this time would be the smart thing to do. Maybe we do that after we have our comprehensive plan and we decide as a city where we want our industrial activities to take place. And if we allow a special use permit at this time without any stipulations, there really is no control that we have. We can't go back and take anything away.
Sure.
I don't know. That's what my concerns are.
Can I address that?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tisha.
Yes.
So as you guys are aware, we did talk to planning and zoning prior to this. You know, we feel that we have a pretty good pulse on the city. We believe that it is moving industrial out that direction towards the airport. Based on the people that we've talked to, other council members, we feel that that's where it's going because, you know, the industrial park that we currently have is not sustainable. It's not big enough. Highway 9 is wide open going out towards the airport. I think is the future plan. That's what I've heard. That's kind of what I feel. I may be misguided on that, but we are in that area and we're hoping to, you know, if all works out, to continue with the plan you follow us.
Did you look at our industrial track around the sheriff's department and behind the casino? That area in there is not large enough?
Well,
because that is industrial area out there for things like that.
sure. Mr. Barton, we did and that was a good question that the Planning and Zoning Committee had brought up. Really, from a management perspective, that's the reason that we're trying to do it this way. We believe strongly, because we're a small family-owned operation, that the early stages of this business, if we can have everything on one property, we're able to manage the construction business and attend to all of our customers, our equipment rental business, and still have the management capabilities of overseeing the concrete plan in its infancy stage. We really, at this point, are trying to test the waters to see if this is going to work and then build off of that plan. And from a management perspective, I'm really able to oversee all operations in one lot, and that lot we own. You know that
You own that lot?
We do. So
That close to Odie's?
it's right next door, and
East
eventually
East or west of Odie's?
it's east. It's a lot east of Odie's. So our goal, which we've talked to Odie as well, our goal is to purchase Odie's property and continue to develop. And in our plan, we do have a future plan to develop the back of that property and put in a mixed use kind of a mixed use office park that will help house a lot of our tradesmen type businesses, landscapers and other contractors. There aren't a lot of places within our city that you know, local businesses really have the mixed use type of building. So our plan is to put in an office mixed use complex in the back half of the property to appeal to other businesses that are in our general area of work. So
I don't know if it's a question or a comment,
sure.
but if this is pushed through without stipulations, then when we go to do our comprehensive plan, if part of the comprehensive plan is not to see industrial out that direction, but to contain it in some areas that we have, you know, otherwise, if we rethought this, and I don't even know if this is possible, to where it's rethought with stipulation, that at some point, if that comprehensive plan didn't allow for it, that concrete plant could be moved to the industrial park? I mean, is that,
As a question, the answer would be yes, we can move. That is the
you said it's
biggest,
portable.
it is a portable plant. So, yes, it can be moved. And we're open to that. I would really lean on Jacob on the legalities of it. As far as I understand it, if approved, we have the right to access it the way that we would like, or the way that we're planning. But if that's not the direction you follow, we're on board on. If it's a successful business like we hope, then we're going to need a bigger location that's more industrial. So, you know.
so
So the answer is you could put that condition on there if it was agreeable to the applicant. But without that, then it would just be an ongoing approval.
okay, so I'm gonna throw this out here. Can I make a motion that we table this, not because we're trying to stop your business in its track, but so that we can take a look at whether or not this could be written with stipulation, so that going into this comprehensive plan, because the comprehensive plan is going to take about a year to complete.
Sure.
But if we could have the time to mull this over and maybe get some answers or change that up to where it was something that we could approve, understanding that the comprehensive plan is going to be.
As they're going and talking about that,
Okay.
I do have a question.
Yes, Chance. Mr. Mayor, sorry.
That's right. With that, I would like to say that Mr. Nathaniel Hampton is also involved, right?
Correct, yes.
And he has served this area for how long in construction? Many years, many years. Yeah, a couple decades. And so I see that he's also a co-owner as well.
Correct.
But one of the questions I do have, because, you know, I support business, I'm all for business. However, we also have to look out for the people around that as well.
Sure.
And so your washout is kind of, yeah, and maybe, is this a tentative graph?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's just tentative,
Sure.
because have you spoken to DEQ about that?
I have.
And
We've
Because that's, you put it right there next to the residential. So I would just want you to speak about that.
Thank you. So yes, we have been in direct contact. We have a representative from the DEQ. Mr. Patel and I have walked the property. We have spoken to the neighbors on that side. It is tentative. The city of Eufaula actually has an easement that runs along that fence line to the east,
Okay.
where a main sewer line runs through. So it is tentative. So the answer to your question is yes, it is tentative.
Okay.
We do want it to be on the furthest east side that we can access. I do think that it is going to come about 50 feet off of that fence line. It will be a 3-stage washout impoundment. And we are taking guidance from the DEQ on how to make sure that that water is very clean.
And with that, like, and this is because I have talked to some of the locals around that area as well.
Sure.
And one of the concerns is, you know, noise. And I've been around some of that, you know, when you're pumping cement into the silo, it can get loud.
Sure.
You know, it can get a little loud.
Sure.
And so what's your thought, I guess, on some
So-
of, on kind of
Thank
that,
you.
and also with maybe some of the dust that would come
Sure.
from loading the trucks as well?
So I'd like to address the noise first, and then
Yes.
we'll move to the dust. So at full capacity, our plant is going to be able to produce 100 yards of concrete per day. What that will require is one cement truck tanker to fill our silo per day. The time that will take, which you probably know, is about 20 minutes to 45 minutes to get that cement truck unloaded and blown into our silo. We currently run an equipment rental, construction, mechanic, banging. I don't think it's going to be much louder. We're starting with 3 trucks, which is, 3 trucks, 3 loads per day. Will only be 9 trucks leaving the property onto Highway 9 and coming back. We don't think that the noise is going to be much worse than it is currently.
Okay.
We're driving tractors around that property every day. So we don't think that the noise is going to really increase much at all. I'd like to address the dust. So that is a big thing. So when it comes to dust, the concrete plant that we purchased, this Johnson portable concrete plant, is about 80 years old. And we have been rebuilding it and re-welding it and re-equipping it with all of today's modern technology. Part of that is our valve system. And what we did is, back when they built this concrete plant, you had these big clamshell valves that would swing open and dust would pour out of them and it'd hit the truck and it'd fly off into the air. And it was a giant mess. Not only, I'm a finance guy, so not only are you losing that money into the air because concrete powder is very expensive, but it's also very dirty. So what our biggest investment that we've made into this old plant is a state-of-the-art valve system. So we've shrunk everything down to 10-inch valves with air vibration bladders on the inside of the silo, which will cut back on sound because everything will be contained in the silo, and then 10-inch butterfly valves that open up and disperse this concrete powder directly into the truck or into the weigh bins. So the biggest thing that we've upgraded our valve system so that there's a lot less dust, and we've also shrunk everything down. So the distance between where the truck gets loaded to where the valves open, John, correct me if I'm wrong, is it about 6 inches now?
Yeah.
It's about 6 inches. And we've invested in gum rubber boots. So when the truck drives under the valve, it hits the gum rubber boots. Now the truck is directly underneath and the boot is inside of the actual truck.
Okay.
So when it's virtually, it stopped the dust issue, and it's a new technology over the last 10 to 15 years. Everything's air actuated, so it opens and closes very quickly. And beyond that, on the top of our silo, we have invested in a state-of-the-art HEPA filter system that will stop any dust from leaving the top of the silo. So,
Well, thank you.
thank you.
I'm leaning towards Evelyn. I'm not prepared to make a yes vote as it stands on number 16. I don't know. What do you feel, Roger?
We had no complaints or anything of the notices sent out.
That's correct.
No one
No.
out in the area.
Correct.
My main issue is we are about to do a comprehensive city plan, and allowing any special use or zoning changes, which I know is not what you're asking, to me is kind of shooting the council and the city as a whole in the foot. We have an idea of where we want the city to go, and allowing things that may not work into that plan at this time, to me, doesn't seem productive. Doesn't mean it doesn't need to be can be looked at later, or that is where the industrial area may move to. But right now we have an industrial park We have commercial areas. That's where I'm leaning towards.
Roger, what else were you about to?
No, that was more or less the complaints, people knows where it's going and no complaints at all. I don't know how many, I'm trying to think in my mind's eye, how many homes are that's close by there. Of course, you have the church there, but it's further east of your area that you're planning.
So what you guys had said earlier was that if we table this and we can discuss whether or not that special use can have stipulations.
Yeah, the council can table it and I can take a good hard look into that. That does raise a bit of concern in my mind. But just pointing out on the ordinance, the council can either accept, reverse the decision of the planning commission or the advice of the planning commission, or modify it or remand it back to the planning commission. So a lot of options. The council can, there's also a litany of options of conditions that the council can place on the type of use, and those are outlined in the ordinance. So the council, if the decision was not to grant it today, they could, or not to deny it, but not to grant it today, it could be tabled, it could be remanded back to the planning commission.
Last thing, Ryan, if you
Yes.
wouldn't mind just speaking on your goal for this was not large loads. And
Correct.
because would you also speak, like if maybe people aren't familiar, like if you order a load of concrete, it's hard to get 1 or 2 yards. Is that correct?
Correct.
So if you want to speak on that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So from our research, we have found exactly what the mayor asked me. We have a community that's made up a lot of retirement people. If you look at our income bracket, it is growing, but our biggest niche is to be able to provide small amounts of concrete to the community at an affordable price to help them finish projects at their house. Right now, because of many things that are going on with our economy, if you were to call somebody else to purchase concrete, if you're a local homeowner and you were to call somebody else and let's say you needed a yard, you wanted to pour a little sidewalk, maybe a small back patio, the chances are it's going to be a week to 10 days before you can get that fulfilled. Plus you're going to have, you're going to pay somewhere around $180 per yard. And on top of that, you're going to have trip charges. Concrete has got very expensive. Concrete has got almost to the point where the average person cannot afford it. So, we see that niche. I mean, we've both been in this community for, a couple of decades. So we see the need. We talk to other contractors. We're in the industry. Maybe a little bit of being naive, but we rolled the dice on this, believing that this is exactly what Eufaula needs. We've spent a whole bunch of money to get us to this point. We have stacks of applications ready to hire, and we really, really hope that this can move forward so that we can reach those dreams, provide good paying jobs, and provide the city of Eufaula and its residents a good product. So, I mean, yes, there is that need, Mr. Mayor. We want to fulfill that need. We want to be able to deliver quickly, affordably, and with great customer service. So we are ready. I mean,
It's the name, right?
Yeah, we are ready. So we are ready to fulfill those needs, and we are, we're at your mercy right now. We're trying very hard. So,
Mr. Mayor, we have a member here of our planning and zoning. I don't know what would be appropriate to ask him the reason they they wanted to go to the council. I don't know whether that would be permitted or not, or whether he'd want to say anything at this time.
There's actually two. We have someone back in the corner
Uh,
too.
Mr. Sylvester could speak as an individual, but not as a representative of the
Okay.
Planning and Zoning Commission.
I'll talk to him later.
Or unless he would like to speak as well.
I just think it was a great idea, something we need in town. And as long as we put this off, I know a year is another year, that'll go into 2. It goes into 3. I just think they had a product that we needed. And looking at the area that it is in out there, excluding the houses, the wind's always from the southwest here. It's gonna blow it's gonna blow north. So any dust that we had, I thought was just, it's gone.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a good business proposal. I saw I see the potential in it. And that's why the 4 of us voted for it.
Okay.
One of the reasons, my reason.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Sylvester.
Sam.
Any other thoughts?
Well, I make a motion that we accept this comprehensive
Number 16, yes.
You know, on the cement mix, yeah,
On the special use permit?
and we'll see where we'll go. I make a motion.
I second that.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan,
No.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you
guys.
so much, guys.
You worked for that.
Thank you.
Thank you for answering all those questions.
Thank you.
Okay, that motion passes. Moving on to line item number 17, consideration of acceptance, approval, adoption, rejection, amendment, and more postponement of the review of the comprehensive plan request for qualifications, responses, the selection of firms for interview, and determination of the evaluation process. Mr. Foos, sorry.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. The city received 8 responses from 8 very qualified firms, so that was very encouraging for the city's comprehensive plan that will take us through 2050. The question to council is what type of evaluation process you would like to narrow it down. Certainly, you can direct that to staff to work on that process and present you a short list that council could then do interviews with those firms. Or if council would like to select 1 or 2 members of the council to be involved with staff through that process for the short list, that's also an option, just so long as it's not a quorum of the council. Or to go all the way, council could hold a special meeting as council and go through the responses and narrow it down that way as well. So it's just, we haven't done a comprehensive plan before, and I certainly want you all to be very involved in the process and want you to have the opportunity to decide how we handle this portion.
I won't be here in 2050.
But everybody's gonna be glad you were here. I've gone through those because you gave those to me when I came through City Hall. And I've looked through them and it's so interesting. All of them are really well put together. But what I did figure out really quickly is that is way above what I have a strong understanding of what's important to put a comprehensive plan together. So I would like to make a motion that we, if everybody doesn't have any other questions, that we allow you and your staff to go through those and bring us the very short list of who you'd like to see.
I second.
Oh, that was a motion. Okay, yes.
She motion.
Just the comment would be, I would shoot for 3 to 4 responses, if that's okay, to bring back for interviews. So.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan,
Yes.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Mr. Jacob, we are excited to move forward with that process. So I think it's one of the things that, lays out this zoning like we're having right now, and it puts everyone on the same page and gives great communication back to our residents as well as they look to do business here.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much for that. Line item number 18, consideration of acceptance, approval, adoption, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of fire department purchase of self-contained breathing apparatuses known as SCBAs and related equipment for Sole Source Casco Industries Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $95,000. Mr. Jacob.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'll ask Fire Chief Carmack to come up and speak on this. The only thing I'll start off with is the fire department's annual budget is $166,000. You'll see that we're going to spend about $143,000 tonight if council approves it. Just so you know, tonight's expenses would come out of the general fund contingency line item, which thankfully was budgeted for $144,000. So we're very lucky on that. So this will not impact their annual budget. And I just want to make it clear that going forward, we will be sure to incorporate these types of expenses in the annual budgeting process so that we don't have these one-time large expenses, and also continuing our efforts to receive grants to help.
Yes.
So.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
Here to answer any questions you might have. My day one, when I first came in, my priority was going through equipment, trucks, you name it. Definitely some deficiencies. Safety equipment is my priority. Right now on the SCBAs, the department has 4 SCBAs and 3 of them passed inspection. If somebody's trapped in a house fire, that's not enough. That's not enough. Like I say, the cylinders they have now are 2,216 pounds. That gives them 12 minutes or less of working air time. My suggestion is go with 4,500 pound cylinders. That'll give them more working time on air and more breathable air.
So with that, like, how many do you normally want to see to be able to perform safely and effectively?
There should be 1 SCBA per riding position of the vehicle.
Okay.
So every firefighter in a vehicle for NFPA should be equipped with an SCBA.
Okay. Which, just for how many would that be normally?
For the vehicles you have here, 10.
Okay. And we have 3.
Yes. You have 4, 3 passed inspection.
Gotcha.
We had 3 firefighters take firefighter 1 in FAIC. So when you take those 3 air packs away from the city,
Yeah.
it leaves the city with none.
Yeah.
You know, that's a bad spot to be in. Bad spot to be in. The ones we do have are still in date. They are 2013 edition. They're a little dated, but they still work and have some shelf life left. And we can still keep those and use those for members off the train. So that way we're not taking any equipment out of service off the trucks.
So with this that we're voting on tonight, how far or how close is this going to get you to what you need?
For the SCBAs, that'll get us where we need.
That's where we need to be.
Yes. The cylinders have a 15-year life. They have to be hydrostat tested every 5 years. They usually last 15 unless something got really bad. But the MSA G1 air packs are adaptable. Firmware updates are automatic with them. I can do it off my laptop.
Yeah.
So they're pretty sustainable.
So this should be a good 15-year investment.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
At minimum. If anything, we might have to replace cylinders, the packs still be good.
Okay.
I'm glad that you brought this up because when we went to the fire meeting, this was brought up, and it's good to have the where we need to, where we are and where we need to be at. So I look forward to do that, and I highly support this.
I look forward to it as well.
So
I make a motion.
I second.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan.
Yes.
And Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Line item that passed, so we'll move on to number 19. And this is also in relating to the fire department. So consideration of acceptance, approval, adoption, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of fire department purchase of firefighter structural personal protective equipment for the sole source Banner Fire Equipment Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $52,000.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'll turn it back over to Fire Chief Carmack.
Okay. Same thing with the PPE on my first day going through inspection. Everybody's gear, pretty much everybody's gear expires in December. Has a 10-year shelf life. That's even if it's not used sitting on a shelf. After 10 years, the flame retardants get out of it and it just deteriorates the material. The gear I did find, I don't take for what a salesman says is the best, and that's not how I determine my decisions. I look at the different TPP ratings and THL, which is the penetrating heat is the TPP, and the THL is how well your body cools after coming out of that environment. So it's a package I put together. I look at both. You basically have to find a happy medium. The gear does have like I said, 10-year life, so this will have to be renewed every 10 years. The gear that we do have, I've only found 2 or 3 sets that were still in compliance that still had a few years left on it. But that's gears for when we put new hires on. We can put probationary firefighters in old gear because they're not going to be fighting fire. They're going to be rolling hose and doing all the fun stuff.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I make the motion to approve line item number 19.
I second that.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan.
Yes.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Very much.
Yeah,
Look
thank
forward to
you.
working with y'all.
Thank you.
All right, line item number 20, remarks and inquiries by city council. Does anyone have any remarks?
Yes, I do. There's a home on 312, I think it's 312 Grand. I know it's been vacant at least for 2 years. There is signage or notices on the door. The weeds are up to your waist, so I didn't go to see what they are, but I don't know what the holdup is on the property. So if maybe the code enforcement could look into that. And also the grass on Gilbert, my neighborhood is also grown up again. It's waist high. It needs to be taken care of. And I think I'll quit at that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I do ask that someone please call, Parker Saltzman called me and he was talking about something over by where you go, the street as you go into the orchard. But I went over there and drove today before coming here and I can't find what he's talking about. So if you don't mind giving him a call, he said it will pop a tire over there. So let's see.
An announcement, we have the Wine and Arts Festival next month in Eufaula. That's always a big draw for everybody. Excited about that. I don't have anything on a notebook though. I'm gonna start doing that.
I don't have anything at this time. So, okay, line item number 22, adjournment.
I make the motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan.
Yes.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes, and we are adjourned out of city council. So moving on to the Eufaula Public Works Authority. The consent agenda, all matters listed under the consent agenda are routine by the Public Works Authority and will be enacted by one motion. Therefore, there will not be a separate discussion of items. However, yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, I apologize. Roll call, please.
Counselor Warren is absent. Counselor Gully.
Here.
Counselor Barton.
Here.
Vice Mayor Morgan.
Here.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes, here. Okay, we'll just finish that up to line item number 2, approval of minutes, regular meeting minutes, July 7th, 2025. Number 3, approval of July 2025 payroll figures for the Follow Public Works Authority in the amount of $40,180.21. And line item number 4, receipt of July claims, Follow Public Works Authority. Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
A second.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan,
Yes.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes. We've been going to the individual items for consideration. Line item number 5, consideration of acceptance, approval, adoption, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of consent order 24-2267 with the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality. Mr. Jacob.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. It was brought to my attention early last week that the city has been under a consent order with the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality. The process is the Public Works Authority will receive a number of notice of violations generally, and then that expands into a consent order. The city went to a negotiation meeting in January to negotiate the fines on this. The original penalty was $71,250. The city at that time negotiated to pay an amount of $18,800. And then the remaining $52,450 is deferred contingent on the Public Works Authority meeting specific construction and compliance milestones. The good thing is the city obtained $1 million grant through the ARPA program to make improvements at the wastewater treatment plant to address this. The significant improvements we've made to the wastewater system on the east side of town, and some future work we want to look at for wastewater treatment manholes in that area will help address this and keep the city in compliance with this going forward. So this is just the formal action of approving that consent order, and the city will make that payment likely later this week.
When was that issue? I mean, when did the DEQ issue that? Was that, how long ago? Do you know?
The consent order,
Originally.
the final version that would come to council for approval was submitted at the end of February.
Okay.
And so I believe it got caught up in the transition of city managers.
Gotcha. Okay.
And on top of that, the individual from DEQ, the area representative on this that I spoke with, just started his position a week ago.
Oh,
And so he was playing catch up on things. And so I think that's just where the
Okay.
lapse in communication occurred.
thank you.
So, but the big takeaway, though, is the city is addressing this through major funding improvements. And Eufaula has been very good about responding to water infrastructure needs, wastewater infrastructure needs with very significant investments.
I agree with that, which has been very good and beneficial for our community as well.
I'll make a motion that we approve consent order 24-267.
I will second that.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan,
Yes.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Okay, that line item passes. So number 6, adjournment.
Motion adjourned.
Second. I second that motion.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan,
Yes.
Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight.
I need a sign. I need a clipboard.